Hello, I'm Solar,
Hi, I'm James.
and welcome to our gay agenda.
Okay, um, do you want to explain a bit what the podcast is?
Um, you know what? I think you should, James.
Okay, so for anyone who hasn't come from the Discord, we, first of all, we run a Discord. You should join. Um, and we asked a bunch of people to ask us questions, and we're going to answer them in the best way we can.
Mm-hmm.
So, just jump right into it.
Yeah, let's start off.
Okay, so the first one is, how did you two meet, and when did you realize you liked each other?
Oh, hmm. Well, we met on an app,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I don't know, I liked you from the start.
Oh.
I did.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
What about you?
I liked you pretty much as soon as we started talking.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's actually funny because I was talking to like three other people when you messaged me, and everyone else that messaged me was really, really boring. Like, there were a
Like,
couple of guys that just did not respond to me, and then this one guy that I think was trying to talk to me about light bulbs. So, you didn't really have competition. Everyone else was boring, and then you came up, and you were, like, really interesting. And I'm like, oh, this guy's great.
wow, I'm shocked. I did not think it was interesting.
And then, from there, essentially, we just talked, and then shared, like,
Yeah.
information, like, numbers and things, and then I don't think there was really a point where we knew we liked each other. We met on a dating app, so I think that's when we knew.
Yeah.
But like, I think 2 weeks after I asked you out. I think that's right.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's that story.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything else for that one? That was a pretty easy one.
No. Yeah, that was, yeah. What's the other question?
How do you properly use pronouns like it or its? This.
Well, you don't really refer to people as an it.
Yeah.
Like, I have this bad habit of referring to babies as it. Like, I
Mhm.
would say, like, it's so cute, and that's kind of, like, wrong.
Yeah.
Because it's either, like, he's so cute or she's so cute,
I, I,
not
th-
it's so cute.
I think this isn't referring to, like, um, if someone asks you to call them it, but I've never
No,
met anyone like that. I've never. I mean, if someone asked me to call them it, sure, I'll call you it, but, like, I wouldn't call someone it absent. I'd call them or they. I've never called someone it. Like,
mhm.
I've called animals it,
Well, yeah, because, yeah.
but even then, more often than not, I'll say them instead of it.
Hmm.
Um,
But you can say, like, things like, it's me. Like, it
yeah,
is me,
or
referring to.
it's a group of. Uh,
Yeah.
Generally, for that one, if someone asks you to, sure, but I wouldn't start off with
But no
it.
one's gonna ask you to call him it though. It's like a
Yeah.
demeaning thing.
Mm.
Like, do you want to be called an it? Like,
I'd start with just saying them, generally. Okay.
yeah.
Are 18 plus people allowed into the server? I want to invite a friend, but they're 19, and I wanted to make sure that was okay. That is okay.
Wow. You
That
might
is
not
okay.
believe this or not, but I'm actually an 18 plus person. So, yeah,
Yeah.
they're welcome.
Yeah. People are allowed to join. I I don't want to have a lot of restrictions on that. What do you think, Solar? What's your opinion?
On my the
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They should be allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of the first ones are very quick to get out of the way. So,
What the question?
yeah. And then later ones we can talk more into.
It just ask the questions.
Um, how do you go about coming out to people close to you?
Oh, I think I know.
Go on.
You just go up to them
Mm-hmm.
and you just say it nonchalantly, and you try not to make a big deal out of it and a spectacle. And you could be like, I'm s- I'm just like a regular human being, and that's it.
Mm. I think a better way to go about it.
Oh.
I think a better way to go about it is you like casually do stuff, like you make jokes with gay people in it, or like you refer to news about a specific group more often, and you kind of like gauge at what they do, like if you talk about like, oh, there was this trial with this gay person on, and then you like go, what do you think, and then you like gauge their response. Typically from that you can tell if it's, if you want to tell them or not. Generally
Is that what you did?
not really. Like I knew my parents weren't homophobic. I was okay, so we were like sitting on the stairs, or I was sitting on the stairs and they were standing there, and they were like telling me that it's okay to date. I think because I hadn't dated before that, and they were kind of like worried. I think they thought I was never gonna date.
Why?
Because I'm a very quiet kid.
Aw.
Like even to today. But so they were like, it's okay to date. If you want to date, go ahead and date. And just, I was like, yeah, but she might be a he. And they're like, okay. And then that was it. Yep.
That's good.
So, cut and dry version. Gauge their responses to things, and only come out when you want to come out. It's only on your schedule, not anyone else's. So if like someone seems like they're ready to find out, but you're not ready to tell them, they don't need to know right now. Okay? Coming out is all about you, and if you're comfortable. If you're not comfortable, don't do it.
I agree.
Okay. Is AFK fishing in Minecraft cheating?
So, can you explain to me what AFK fishing is?
Oh yeah, you don't know about Minecraft. Okay.
No, I do.
So,
but...
AFK fishing is essentially a contraption where you hold down right click and it fishes for you, right? And it automatically catches things. And you come back after an hour and you get a ton of enchanted books and a ton of fish and a ton of treasure. Is that cheating?
If it's a part of the game, why would it be considered cheating?
It can be seen as an exploit. Personally, I don't think it's cheating because the machines are quite complicated and finicky. And they obviously take time, like all farms take time to work. And what's the other thing I'm thinking of? Yeah, like so people like Mojang will introduce a new feature, and typically it's to nerf a farm. And what the redstone community does is they just work around it, and they like they're like, we see you tried to fix fish farms, but we're gonna fix it for you, and we're gonna work around the thing And look, now it's more efficient than it was. Like they tried nerfing fish farms in 1.16, I think, and that didn't work. So, yeah, what do you think?
So no, it's not cheating.
No.
No, it's called being smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the difference.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, this next question. I wonder, can we see who it's from? No. Okay. So, are octopuses, octopi, octopeople, just wet spiders?
What do you think?
Well, you have to answer first.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, octopuses specifically, no. But creatures like the cuttlefish, yes. Because to me, they're more spidery than an octopus.
That's where I'm gonna have to disagree.
Of course you will.
Because you think of an octopus, you think of a spider, right? And like, what do you see? You see a big bulbous butt, and you see a point with the eyes connected, and at the bottom of that point, there's 8 legs, right? Well,
Right.
you look at a cuttlefish, and it's basically like a potato with like squigglies at the front. That's all it is. When you look at the octopus, it has a big bulbous head at the back, and it has a point with eyes that have 8 legs that come out the bottom. Octopuses are more like spiders than cuttlefish.
No, because what about size? A cuttlefish is closer to the size of a spider than an octopus is to a spider. Even though a cuttlefish is still bigger than a spider.
So, are you saying that, like, the giant spiders in Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings are not actually spiders?
Well, they're not real.
But if they were?
No, they're spiders, but you can't say that because they're not real.
Well, why aren't they?
What do you mean, why aren't they real? Because of nature.
Well, let's hypothetically pretend like they were real, okay? Would they or would they not be considered spiders?
They would be.
So why is an octopus not?
Because an octopus still doesn't resemble a spider.
But
just because it has legs.
Neither does a cuttlefish.
No, but a cuttlefish still more so resembles a spider than an octopus.
No.
Even though a cuttlefish still doesn't really.
No, a cuttlefish is a potato with legs. An octopus is like a wet spider.
But it's so big. Or can be so big.
But we've already proven that size of spiders does not make them a spider. Because the big spiders from Harry Potter are still spiders.
No, that's a hypothetical situation. No.
And we're using that as evidence, which you said
no, you're using that as an excuse to say the octopus is a spider.
How rude.
I'm just correct.
No. Okay.
So the answer is no.
The answer is yes. The answer is yes, octopuses are just wet spiders.
No, I don't think so.
Yes.
But that's okay.
Okay.
Next question, please.
Is space exploration really necessary?
Okay, let's ask the man of science this question first.
Oh, me?
Yes.
100% yes. It is absolutely necessary.
Really?
Yes.
Oh no, it's not necessary at all. In fact, it's kind of a waste of money.
Why are you like this?
What do you mean, why am I like this?
You just want to disagree with me.
True. I don't, it's true. Like, if you look at NASA and how much they spend on space and stuff like that, and you think about what that could have gone to, like, on Earth, you know, where we live, and how special humans are because, you know, we're kind of, like, alive.
Where do you think the money goes?
Well, it goes to
They
space.
they don't send the money up to space.
No, I know, but it goes into building things to, to
Yeah, and then that money goes
explore
back
space.
into the economy. To other
In one
people.
sense, no, in the American economy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think exploring our oceans would be much more.
Well, yeah, that's also the more that we like try and get further and further into space, we're also learning of technologies that can get us further and further into the ocean and other places in the world.
Okay.
Like, one of the biggest reasons for space exploration is the technologies we get along the way we can use in a lot of other places. I'm pretty sure a lot of the technology that NASA has developed can be used in an ocean exploration sense, or even a medical sense, depending on what it is. So I say yes, space exploration is a necessity.
A necessity, you say?
Yes.
Why a necessity? Why not just important?
How long do you want humans to exist, to survive?
Well, I don't want them migrating to a different planet, if that's what you're suggesting.
Why?
Because we're Earthlings.
For now.
No, and we should always be.
Why?
Because that's where we came from.
Yeah, but you also came from the hospital.
Yeah, and you shouldn't forsake your homeland.
Well, why did you leave the hospital then?
That's not the same thing.
Yes,
oh my
it
God.
is.
It's not the same thing.
It is.
Your stupid analogy. It's not the same thing. It's true. It's not the same thing.
What about your house?
No, it's a different damn planet. You have no sense of
Scale?
like distance. Yeah, scale.
Well, what's the difference then? What's the difference between a hospital, your
One's
house,
like
and
Mars, and
Mars?
one's the hospital, which is like 20 minutes from where I live.
Okay, so it's time, right? Mars takes several months,
Yeah.
but the moon
And there's
takes
no oxygen.
the moon takes several weeks. So we could habitize the moon.
No, because it's still not Earth.
What is your fixation with Earth?
Why? What's your fixation with not Earth?
I think we should stay on Earth, but also expand. Go elsewhere.
No, I think no.
Okay.
Explore.
Think of it.
Expand.
Think of it like this, right? What's the biggest issue on planet Earth right now? Overpopulation. Overpopulation causes causes lots of other issues, right? It causes pollution. It causes starvation.
That's like a globalist argument. No.
What?
We're not going to live on Mars just because the Earth has 7 billion people or so,
Okay. Mars is slightly smaller. So,
yeah.
Let's say we take a third of the human population and we put it on Mars. Okay? And they can have their own economy and they can have their own autonomous actions. Alright? The beauty of that is that it cannot be owned by any country. It will be purely...
It probably... No. It probably would end up being owned by a country.
No, it can't. It's legal.
There is no... What law?
There was a treaty signed by the United Nations saying Antarctica and anything off of Earth cannot be claimed by a planet for scientific study.
So... Could you form a country on Mars?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not without, committing war crimes and, this whole mess of it,
So what's the point of living on Mars if you can't really...
Science.
No, that's so stupid.
No.
Okay, next question.
What?
Yeah.
I want to keep talking about this one though. I think this is an interesting topic.
It's very interesting, actually.
Yeah, and frankly, I think we should. You know, going into space can solve a lot of problems on Earth, actually. But
No, your solution is just to move away from problems on Earth, not to fix them.
okay. I know of at least one problem that can absolutely 100% be solved by going into space and colonizing bits of space. Okay?
Okay.
Energy. Energy is a huge issue, and it causes a lot of other issues, such as pollution, right? Now,
Right.
what's a way that we can still get energy without causing pollution? Renewable energy sources, correct?
Correct.
Because pollution comes from coal and gas burning and oil burning and all that junk. And people don't want to use nuclear because they're scared of it. Well, renewable energy sources aren't very good, right? Hydro dams are pretty good, but solar panels, they don't make that much energy for what they're worth. But what if we could have solar panels orbiting the sun and sending that energy to Earth, right?
Right.
Basically plugging it directly into the outlet, getting the energy straight from the source. That light doesn't have to travel halfway across the solar system to get to Earth to land on these tiny solar panels. We can have these large solar panels constantly, 100% of the time, looking at the sun, collecting energy. Now, how can we do that? It's called a Dyson sphere, by the way. How can we do that? Well, we have to get enough resources to build them and put them in orbit. 2, we need to have some way to gather that energy and send it back to Earth. And 3, we need to have maintenance, right? We can't expect them to work all the time. How can we do that?
Right.
Venus and Mercury. Okay?
Okay.
If we can have settlements on Venus and Mercury, we can gather materials from those planets, and we can also use those planets to launch the panels and maintain them. Right?
Yeah.
And then we can
Right.
have I think the one thing holding us back right now is the energy transfer. So that one I can't explain because I don't know. So I'm not going to pretend to. But that is one of our biggest issues solved by space exploration.
Why not just nuclear?
What do you mean?
Like nuclear energy, instead of sending a whole damn panel into space, you could just make a reactor. That would last
but
a
people
really
are
long
still
time.
scared of it.
Well,
That's the main setback of nuclear is people are scared.
so fear or spending so much money to send something into space to get energy and to bring it down.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I gotcha.
Okay. How do you tell a teacher that you changed your name after you already asked them to use your preferred name and pronouns?
That's something I feel like you can't just tell your teacher. Like, I feel like that's like a legal thing that like the school would tell, like, right? Like your school would tell your teacher.
I don't think so.
Like if you legally changed your name,
I
then
think
your
this is
school
if it's not legal yet.
then you don't.
I think you can.
Well, it depends if they would respect that or not. I don't know.
From
I
the
don't know how
sounds
that works.
from the sounds of it, the teacher has already respected that they have different name and pronouns than what was originally assumed. So,
Okay.
if that's true, I say just ask them for it to be changed again.
Yeah.
You're not limited. Everyone changes throughout their life. Everyone discovers new things about themselves, and you shouldn't have to be like it's not reasonable to just say, "Oh, I told them this thing. That's how it's going to be for the rest of my life." Like, no,
Mm-hmm.
you can ask them to change it later.
But whether they do or not is a different story.
Yeah. Um, if they don't support you, then
Then you can't. Oh well.
yeah. I mean, do what you can, find help somewhere, support. I don't know. That bit I can't help with, but if they are supporting, just ask them again. You know, just go for it. And last, how do I discover who I am? Because I find fictional boys to be hot and attractive, but I find in real life girls really attractive. And I don't know what would make me, since I've always thought of myself as lesbian, but I don't know if that would change because of my preference in fictional boys.
So it just depends on the matter of like the extent to which you're attracted to these fictional like boys, you know? Because I feel like everyone could find something attractive in whatever sex, you know?
Mm.
Even though they're not necessarily attracted to that. So you could still be a lesbian, but just find your, you know, fictional anime boys attractive.
Listen, I'm gonna level with you. We've all had an anime boy crush. We've all been there, alright? Everyone's had at least one, right? Just say you like the anime, you know? Like, anime boys, you know, I think we understand each other, right? Right?
Right.
But seriously, like, how do you discover who you are? Life. You just live it, right?
Yeah, and no need to pester yourself over it. Like,
No. Like, you call yourself lesbian, and that may be true, you know? Maybe you just have a anime boy crush, you know? Maybe they look like a girl. I don't know. What anime boy is it?
Yeah, but I'm wondering if they're also asking this because they find maybe real life boys a little attractive too. But I don't know.
Well, again, it's like the last question. Like, you're not restricted to what you call yourself now. Like, if you say you're lesbian now, but like 3 weeks from now you're like, oh, maybe I'm bi. You know, go for it, you know? Tell people, come out again. It'll be a lot easier now because you know who's gonna support you and not, you know?
Well, the problem with coming out again is that people are going to think you're just, you know, indecisive or...
Well...
Or you don't really know, or...
Well, then they never were your friends to begin with.
Yeah.
But... How do you discover who you are? Just live. Just go through life. Don't think that you have to, like, discover everything now. You discover new things throughout your entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just live life.
Just live it, you know?
You'll figure it out in the end.
Yeah. Just go for it, you know? Just discover it as you go.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Go on a hike, but forget your map at home. You'll make the map as you go.
That's a beautiful saying.
Just bring a book and like an empty notebook and a piece, like a pencil, and forget your GPS at home, alright? You are your own GPS. Make it as you go. And then when you get back home, you can look back and be like, this is where I went. You know? This is my path. and then you can make copies of it and sell it to tourists and say it's special. That might be more for actual maps, but still, it works, I think. Actually, that's good advice. If you're in, like, a tourist area, make up a trail, give it a meaning, and sell it. Alright? There's a lot of money in that. Say there's, like, Bigfoot or something. Or, like, a jackalope. You know? Because they're gonna buy the map and be like, alright, let's go find this thing. And then they come back and they're like, I didn't find it. And you're like, well, it's out of season. Sorry. Yeah, you gotta come back like in a month or so. But then we'll have a different map that you gotta buy. You know?
Okay.
You can't use the map you have because it's a different map. Then. Yeah. The map changes all the time.
Oh, you'll figure it out.
Yeah. Long story short, you'll figure it out.
No, basically,
that's where I was going with this.
you know.
Yeah. Can we return to the octopus question? Because I'm not done with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, what else do you have to say? What else is there to say?
That an octopus is a wet spider.
But
Okay.
in
Okay.
theory,
I have another one. All right. If an octopus is not a wet spider, then a cuttlefish is just a wet ferret.
a wet. No, but it's not though.
But it is.
No, cuttlefish at least shows much physical resemblance to a spider. Well,
No, I've already explained why that's
to a
false.
ferret.
That's not true.
No, you used no. Your argument was invalid. Like there was no.
It
You
wasn't.
can't use a fictional monster to prove a point.
Yes, I can.
It's not real. No, it's not real.
Yes, I can.
How? It's not real.
Watch me.
I could say it's not a spider. It's not a spider. It might look like a spider, but it's not a spider. It's just.
Okay, why isn't it?
Well, what do you mean? It's not real. A
Okay.
spider is a real life animal, and that's not real.
Oh, spiders aren't real anymore?
Did I say that?
Yeah.
I think you're misrepresenting what
I
you
don't
just
think
said.
so.
I think you are.
I don't think so.
I think you are.
Why do you say that? I don't know.
I say that because an octopus is an octopus.
Uh-huh.
It may share some likeness to a spider, but it's not a wet spider.
Okay, but how does an octopus not share any resemblance to a spider, but a cuttlefish magically is like, oh yeah, that's definitely a spider, dude.
No, I'm not saying it definitely is a spider. I'm saying it's like a wet spider.
Okay, how is a cuttlefish more like a spider than an octopus?
Because they're physically similar a little bit.
No, an octopus is.
An octopus? No, you're only saying that because an octopus has like 8 legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if an octopus didn't have 8 legs, you wouldn't be saying that.
No,
Yeah.
but it does, so it is.
Mm-hmm. But a cuttlefish.
No.
No, but okay, think about, like, when you think of a cuttlefish and the vibe of a cuttlefish, we're gonna talk about vibes now.
Okay.
Don't
Vibes
you
are
kind
important.
of feel spider?
No, I feel a potato.
I do too. I do too. But like,
I feel a
we're talking about
potato with
animals.
legs.
I do too. But like, also a spider.
No. An octopus is the spider. A cuttlefish is a potato with a legs and a tutu, right? Like what spiders have you been around where like it just has a potato body and then like legs sticking off the one side?
I feel like a fool.
Like a cuttlefish
Because
is
now
just like
I'm looking at a cuttlefish right now, and I think you're a little right.
Yeah, cuttlefish is just like an
Cause
oval.
yeah, because I forgot they also have some weight to it, like a dress.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Yeah,
I,
they
I
have like a
that's why I
tutu.
imagined it. Yeah, I imagined it just the tentacle part, like the tentacles.
Mm,
But anyway, you're right. The octopus is just a wet spider.
I told you.
Mm, no,
Yeah.
no.
Mm-hmm. It is. You just said it was. You just
I
agreed.
know. I know. No, no. Shh.
um,
Anyway, I'm Solar,
I'm James.
and this has been our gay agenda.
Bye.
Bye.